The European Internet Network brings you the news, sponsored by DHL Worldwide Express, your distribution partners.
Hello and welcome to Inside China Today. I'm Marguerite Howell, and here are some of the stories we're following for Tuesday, May 26th. Beijing attacks U.S. House moves to halt technology transfers. Members of the European Parliament blast Hong Kong's election rules. And India says it wants to talk with neighbor China. Beijing has attacked a series of measures passed by the U.S. House of Representatives aimed at stopping the flow of sensitive satellite and missile technology to China as a plot to sabotage warming Sino-U.S. ties. The House proposals come as congressional committees prepare to investigate whether President Bill Clinton granted permission to U.S. space company Loral to launch satellites in China in return for funding to its Democratic Party's 1996 election campaign. Investigators will try to determine whether Loral handed sensitive information to China that could jeopardize U.S. national security. Analysts say Beijing fears the allegations will cast a shadow over a planned Sino-U.S. presidential summit in June. One day after the polls closed, members of the European Parliament monitoring Hong Kong's Sunday election say the election process was designed to ensure pro-democracy candidates would not receive a majority in the new legislature. The head of an 8-member cross-party team says that despite Democratic forces winning over 2/3 of the votes cast, because of the new system, they gained fewer than 1/3 of the total seats. The Euro MPs have criticized Britain for not leaving its former colony with a fully democratic government before handing it back to Chinese rule last summer. They also called on the international community to keep up pressure on the new parliament to respect the rule of law. For more on the results of Hong Kong's first legislative election under Chinese rule, please see Inside China Today's special election report. China's state-run news agency says ways to break the deadlock in the Middle East peace talks will be the focus of this week's talks between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Chinese leaders. Netanyahu met with Chinese Prime Minister Zhu Rongji on Tuesday, the second day of a state visit aimed at strengthening political and business ties with Beijing. He is scheduled to hold talks with President Jiang Zemin and other top leaders later today. 2 weeks after exploding 5 underground nuclear tests and sparking concerns about a renewed arms race, India says it wants to hold reconciliation talks with neighbors China and Pakistan. Prime Minister Vajpayee says India wants a firm foundation for a stable and long-term relationship with China through dialogue, and that it is willing to resume talks with arch-rival Pakistan. And now for a look at weather for Wednesday. Expect partly cloudy skies over Beijing. Daytime highs will reach the high 70s with overnight lows in the high 50s. Skies will be partly cloudy over Shanghai. Highs will reach around 70 with overnight lows in the high 50s. Expect rain in Hong Kong. Highs will reach around 85 with overnight lows of 70. It will be cloudy with showers in Taipei. Highs will reach around 80 with overnight lows around 70. And that's Inside China Today for the European Internet Network. This is Marguerite Howell.
Today's news was brought to you by DHL Worldwide Express.